Assalamualaikum and good morning, Dr. Nazaya and Dr. Saleh. Today, our team representing Group 3 is excited to walk you through our final project for water system design and management. For this project, we step into the role of a student engineering consultancy team for this semester. Our core assignment was to design a complete, fully functional gravity-fed sewerage reticulation network for the Utation Stadium area. The ultimate goal of this system is to safely collect and direct all wastewater generated from the sport complex into the university brand new centralized sewage treatment plant or STP, which is currently under construction on campus. A civil engineer designing for a stadium presents a highly unique hydraulic challenge. Unlike a residential zone, the stadium experiences massive instantaneous flow spike during game, sport event, and student gathering. Therefore, careful planning was crucial to ensure our system remained resilient under pressure, while strictly complying with the Malaysia Sewerage Industry Guideline or MSIG. Moving on to our project objective, we established three primary targets to guide our design process from fieldwork to final calculation. First, we set out to identify and select a suitable catchment area within our campus that contribute its sewage load to the campus STP. Second, based on official design criteria and local guidelines, we needed to accurately estimate the population equivalent, commonly known as PE, for this designated service area. Finally, our third objective was to perform a rigorous hydraulic analysis to determine the exact sewer pipe size, slope, and invert level and required to facilitate efficiency gravity wastewater conveyance without relying on pumping facility. Let's look closer at our chosen area of study. As you can see from the satellite view on the slide, we focus entirely on the UTHM Stadium located right here in the Padang main campus. This facility serves as a major hub for campus sport, student competition, university-wide event, and large public gathering. We specifically selected the stadium as our case study because it perfectly illustrates a public infrastructure challenge where wastewater generation fluctuate dramatically depending on schedule and crowd size. To build an integrated reticulation network, our layout cover and connect multiple points: the male toilet, the female toilet, the main spectator sitting area, and a nearby block of campus residential unit. Alright, moving into chapter 2, let's talk about our literature review. This is basically the mathematical framework we use to make sure our system works safely in the real world. In Malaysia, everything we design has to follow the strict guidelines set by SPAN and MSIG Volume 3. Now, according to the rules, a standard institutional facility uses a baseline of 210 litres of water per person per day. But here is the catch. If you look at the engineering research done right here on our UTHM campus, university network don't behave like quiet residential neighborhood. Instead, they experience sharp, massive spike in flow when a big event or a sport match ends. To make sure our pipe don't overflow or back up during this rush hour, we apply the peak flow factor formula you see on the slide. This acts as our safety buffer, helping the downstream network absorb sudden surge smoothly. So once we calculated our peak flow number, how did we actually choose the physical pipe? We use open channel fluid mechanics, specifically the Manning equation, to model gravity flow and figure out the exact pipe size and slope we need. When you are designing this pipeline, you have to follow two strict speed limits set by the authorities to protect the pipe over their lifespan. First, the sewage cannot flow too slowly. It needs to maintain a velocity of at least 0.8 meter per second so that solid don't settle down and create nasty blockage. Second, it can't flow too fast either. It has to stay under 4 meter per second so the shear force of the water doesn't wear away and erode the inside of the pipe. Finally, because this is a stadium with heavy traffic, we place manhole at every single turn or change in pipe size, and we make sure the pipe are buried under at least 1.2 meter of soil to cushion them from the weight of vehicle above. With all this rule locked down, we were steady to jump straight into our final calculation.
Okay, hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Amirul Ridwan. My metric number CF23008. Okay, we're moving to the design part. Okay, for the easy understanding, we have provide three type of view. First one is area reality. Basically, we are using for the Google Mapping, and the schematic drawing we are using for the SketchUp, and for the ground reality, we have marked as M1, M2, M3, and N4 for the manhole. Okay, basically, for the floor, we start off from male toilet, go to the stadium structure zone, and female toilet next, register unit, and the last one is STP, that is sewage treatment plant. Okay, moving to into the technical design phase. This is slide illustrate how we translate our initial hand drawing sketch into the functional site layout. Okay, here you can see the placement of node 1, uh, M1 through to M4, which is define the physical path through the sewerage line. Okay, we have mapped out the specific distance between this point that we go through from the on-site visit. Okay, for example, the 18 meter span from the N1 to the male toilet M2, and the 13.3 meter segment leading toward to the residential connection at M3. We are using a uniform sewer diameter of 0.225 meter throughout this network. We also establish the consistent ground level of 24.2 meter and set the starting upper invert level at 23.088 meter.
Okay, next, I will explain the sewerage reticulation system design for this project. The first calculation shown is for the pipeline between manhole 1 and manhole 2, which receive wastewater from the male toilet. The population equivalent of PE is calculated based on 5 water closets, giving a total of 75 PE. Using the standard sewage generation rate of 210 liters per capita per day, the average sewage flow (SAF) is calculated as 0.1823 liter per second. A peak flow factor of 4.5 to 1 is then applied to obtain the peak sewage flow (SPF), which is 0.8241 liter per second. A 2025 mm diameter vitrified clay sewer pipe is selected with a main roughness coefficient of 0.010. Assuming full pipe flow and a gradient of 1 in 120, the calculated velocity is 1.34 meter per second, which is within the recommended range of 0.8 to 4 meter per second, and satisfy the self-cleansing velocity requirement. The maximum flow capacity of the pipe is 53.28 liter per second, which is much greater than the design peak flow, indicating that the pipe size is adequate. Okay, next, this table summarizes the design for all sewer sections. Manhole 2 serves the stadium, manhole 3 serves the female toilet, and manhole 4 serves the residential area. The cumulative PE increases from 75 to 2078, resulting in higher sewage flow along the network. Different gradient ranging from 1 in 120 to 1 in 200 were used, and all pipe velocity remained above 1 meter per second, ensuring efficient flow. The calculated invert level and falls were used to maintain gravity flow throughout the sewer system. Overall, the design meets hydraulic requirement and provides sufficient capacity for the projected wastewater flow. Thank you.
My name is Muhammad Aziz Azwar bin Azrul Anwar. I'm Numeric AF 230022. I will present about the discussion of our sewerage reticulation network design. First, the population equivalent (PE) increased from 75 to 278, which caused the wastewater flow to increase. As a result, the maximum peak flow recorded was 2.64 liters per second. Next, the selected 225 diameter vitrified clay pipe is sufficient for the sewer network because its capacity is much higher than the required wastewater flow. This means it can handle both of current demand and future increase in wastewater. The calculation flow velocity, which range from 1.04 to 1.34 meter per second, meets the MSIG requirement. This helps keep the pipe self-cleansing by preventing sediment build-up and reducing the risk of blockage. The pipe gradient of 1 over 120 to 1 over 200 and the decreasing inverse level allow wastewater to flow continuously by gravity. Therefore, the system does not require any pumping, making it more efficient and cost-effective. The peak flow factor was also considered in this design to ensure that the sewer system can safely accommodate higher wastewater flow during stadium events and other university activities. Overall, the proposed sewerage network complies with MSIG and SPAN standards and provide a safe, reliable and sustainable solution for wastewater collection at UTHM Stadium area.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Delikuan bin Asmawi, matrix number AF230026. For my part, I will discuss about the conclusion from our projects. So, the layout of the water sewerage reticulation fulfills all the regulatory threshold established by the Malaysian Sewerage Industry Guidelines (MSIG) and the National Water Service Commission (SPAN). So the design of the stadium environment presented a unique hydraulic challenge because of the massive, very irregular peak flows generated during sporting and university events. So this variation was mitigated safely with the inclusion of a peak flow factor to the baseline sewerage generation of 210 litre per day per population equivalents. So this will ensure the downstream pipes are well buffered against sudden volumetric surge or if there is sudden increase of water usage. So the pipes type, we use the vitrified clay pipes and the uniform diameter of 225 millimeters. It was adapted to throughout the networks. So in all four calculated segments, the maximum full pipe flow capacity is, for instance, for manhole 4 to 5, the recorded SPF is 2.648 liter per second, which is comfortably accommodated by the pipe's maximum capacity of 41.27 liter per second. So the resulting flow velocities, which is 1.34 meter per second at manhole 1, decreased to 1.038 meter per second to manhole 4. This strictly satisfied the SPAN criteria of remaining above the minimum self-cleansing velocity of 0.8 to prevent solid deposition while staying well below the maximum scour velocity of 4 meter per second to prevent the abrasive internal pipe erosion. So in conclusion, the proposed sewerage reticulation design for the stadium UTHM area is hydraulically sound and fully compliant with Malaysian industry standards, and acting as a student engineering consultation team. Our group successfully developed a comprehensive layout that addressed the unique challenges of managing severe instantaneous wastewater surge for the sport facilities.